What's up, guys, and welcome to the weekly Q&A. Two real quick things before we get started. First is a huge thank you going out to Joshua Mills, who joined our Patreon at the Jedi Council level this past week. Joshua, that is insanely generous, and we can't thank you enough for your support. Second, there is going to be a new giveaway at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around for that. Our first question this week comes from Alden Diaz, who asks if the Jedi of the prequel era knew about Ahch-To, or the original Jedi texts, or any of that. Was it Palpatine's purge that made all of that knowledge disappear, or had it been lost long ago? I'm kind of under the impression that all that stuff was lost well before the movies ever started. And I think that because if Palpatine knew about Ahch-To, or if he discovered it through Jedi records, then he would have sent someone to desecrate the temple and destroy it. Because he did that to other Jedi temples. Also, we know that some people in the galaxy thought that Jedha was the origin point for the Jedi, and I don't think that is the case. But what that tells me is that the origin point for the Jedi Order is very convoluted, and no one really knew where it started. So I do think it's likely that Yoda and Mace Windu and Qui-Gon had heard about Ahch-To. They just didn't know how to find it. Maxwell Patrican wants to know if Finn had not been stopped by Rose in The Last Jedi, would he have been able to do any actual damage to the battering ram cannon? I think that we are being led to believe that if he had gone through with that, his sacrifice would have been completely in vain. Maybe he would have damaged or destroyed the cannon, but I don't think it would have resulted in a resistance victory. I think it just would have slowed the First Order down a little bit. Bayou Jesse asks, who is the returning Jedi in Return of the Jedi? Is it Luke or Anakin? I say, why not both .jpg? It's a return for Anakin to the light side, and Luke becoming a Jedi is a return for the Jedi Order. I don't think it has to mean one or the other. I think it can mean both. Dex's Diner wants to know if Yoda was flat out wrong when he told Luke, once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny. Yes, I think Yoda was just wrong. But we're talking about a Jedi Master that had a hand, at least, in training two Sith Lords. Count Dooku was his Padawan. He became Darth Tyrannus. He had a hand in training Anakin, and of course we all know what happened there. So I think he sees Luke going down this similar path, and he just has very warranted concerns that it's going to turn out the same way. Tyler Williams asks if I ever just get tired of Star Wars and want to take a break from it. It's funny, the timing of this question. So I'm working on that Journey to Solo a Star Wars Story series where I'm going through all of the Legends books about Han and Lando. And that has been a little much. I mean, it was my own fault. I set a deadline to read 7 books very quickly. And it was a little bit of a struggle at the end where I was just tired of reading more than anything. But here's the funny thing. I finished Scoundrels late Monday night, and I was like, okay, I'm glad I got through all that. Now I can just focus on the videos, take a break from reading. Tuesday, I checked the mail, and there's Last Shot. I got it early so I could review it, and I couldn't wait to open it up and read it. So, I mean, it does kind of come and go in waves, I guess, especially if I put an overload on myself. But honestly, no, I have yet to be like, I really, really just need a break from Star Wars. I mean, when Rebels was on every week, I looked forward to it every week. I look forward to all the new books. Wednesday, I'm always excited to read the new comics. So honestly, I haven't had that much of a just like, I need a break from Star Wars. It's more when I pile on extra work on top of it that it becomes a little bit of a grind. But I mean, like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. That's it for patron questions. If you're a patron and you didn't see your question answered here, just head over to Patreon where I left you a written response. If you're not a patron, you can learn more by following the link in the description. Just $1 a month will get you access to extra Star Wars Explained content like audio commentaries for the films or roles in my Discord server, and the combined donations really go a long way in supporting the channel. On to YouTube questions. Germaniac asks why Finn refers to Han as a war hero in The Force Awakens. I mean, did he have some sort of history lesson with the First Order? And if so, wouldn't they have branded him a war criminal? Well, I don't know that they had history lessons, but we do know that they were just blasted with propaganda every single night. So I think it's very likely he did know who Han was. At that point in time, he defected, so someone he once considered a criminal, he might now call a hero. And even if that weren't the case, I think he just had enough tact to not call him a criminal, especially when Han is standing there with a blaster, he's got Chewie with a bowcaster, and they both caught Finn on their ship. Bob wants to know if I could change one thing in Star Wars, what would it be? I assume you mean new canon, so I'm going to go with the Galactic Civil War. I wish that it lasted a little bit longer beyond the Battle of Endor. I mean, I really like the Battle of Jakku as a kind of last stand. I just wish that it were a few more years out. I think I prefer the slow decline of the Empire as told in Legends over the swift defeat that we got in canon. Bugs Bunny asks my 2 cents on Kathleen Kennedy wearing the Force is female shirt. I agree with you that of course the Force has no gender, but it's just a shirt. It's a lighthearted and also empowering statement, and I think that's fine. I mean, I'll say this. If Molly were to wear that shirt, I would have zero problem with it, so I have no problem with Kathleen Kennedy wearing it either. Grabbing some questions from our new Facebook group, Trey Haddon wants to know if the Bad Batch or Echo executed Order 66. I think that the most likely answer for both of them is yes, and I feel sorry for whatever Jedi were with the Bad Batch at the time. Although Echo is interesting to consider, I hadn't really ever thought about it before, but the Techno Union messed with him for a while. It's possible that the chip malfunctioned or was removed or something, so maybe he didn't go through with Order 66, and maybe he's still out there somewhere. I have no idea. I think it's more likely that he did just because we have no real evidence to say the other way, but who knows? Samuel Virgo asks if the New Republic still has a fleet floating around in the galaxy somewhere, or if it was all destroyed at Hosnian Prime. I think we are to believe that it was almost completely obliterated by Starkiller Base, but the Last Jedi novelization does mention that some surviving senators who weren't at Hosnian Prime at the time took what was left of the fleet back to their homeworlds for protection. So yeah, there are some ships out there. We just don't really know how many. I wouldn't expect it to be a very large number, and that's about all we know. That's all the time I have for questions today. If you want to leave a question for next week's video, just put it in the comments below or sign up for Patreon to join our weekly Q&A discussion. And now on to the giveaway. LEGO very kindly sent us a handful of LEGO sets and The Last Jedi on Blu-ray to give away. So we've got Tally and her A-Wing, the TIE Silencer, a Ski Speeder, and an AT-M6. To win all of this, just follow the link in the description, and there are multiple ways to enter, and you can do as many or as few of them as you want, and I'll announce the winner in next week's Q&A. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.